All right, next week come to the stage, very, very funny. You guys are going to love him. Please welcome Travis Vogt.
Hey, you guys still good? You good down here? You good? Who's good? You good? Okay. Is anybody drinking tonight? Are you guys a drinking audience? Anybody drinking at all? Alright, that's good. Jeez, really? Wow, sober audience, that's alright. I can't relate to that at all, in the slightest. I'm not drinking tonight, but it's because I was celebrating a couple nights ago. I'm still recovering from it. Celebrating pretty hard, mixing things like wine and absinthe and shoe polish and things like that. But you have to take it with a grain of salt when I say that I was celebrating, because like I'm a borderline alcoholic, so I'm always looking for reasons to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll celebrate if I find a particularly large Cheeto in the bag or something. But look at the size of that Cheeto. I'm getting fucked up tonight. I just did a load of laundry. I think somebody deserves 9 beers. So I'm poor. That should come as a surprise to none of you. But yeah, I had an incident happen in my life recently that's sort of like a signpost that you made some seriously bad decisions in your life. This is actually a true story. I was walking to work at my shitty, low-paying job, feeling bad about things, and there was a hobo out front with his change cup. And he goes, "Hey buddy, can you spare any change?" And you know, I go, "Do I look like I can spare any change?" And this is what he says, true story. "Touche." Ooh, pretty on the nose there, hobo. I know what you guys are thinking when you look at me. I'm obviously a hip guy. I pick up on current social trends. Yeah, exactly. Here's a current social trend that I picked up on recently. Maybe you guys have noticed it as well. Celibacy is very popular these days among women I'm on dates with. Also very popular, friendship. Just friendship. Do you guys want to hear some dirty jokes? Can you tell some dirty jokes? How's that sound? Alright, well, okay, jeez, we're a little divided here, but we'll find out. We're gonna find out right now. I have a friend. Do you ever have any of those friends that are they're fucking idiots? You ever have any of those guys? Yeah, I have one of those friends, and he's always just saying incredible things that I can't believe. He said something to me recently, and I don't know if this is a common phrase, but if it isn't, it should be. He was talking about someone he really didn't like his enemy, right? And he goes, "That guy is so low, he would fuck a one-legged dog." I was like, God, alright, I get it. But when it comes to the realm of dog fucking, does leg amount really matter all that much? And God forbid you walking on someone fucking a dog, you're like, "Oh, it's only got 1 leg! What are you doing? You have no class, sir. 3 legs minimum. 2 legs on holidays is fine, but 1, no. No legs is fine." It's weird. Comes back around. So we're in a very PC time in America, you know, political correctness, and it's not always, in many ways it's a very good thing, but in other ways I think it is kind of damaging the country. Like it's made us a little bit like too sensitive. For example, you can't even go up to a woman and compliment her breasts like when you're in line at the Safeway anymore, you know what I'm saying? They're just gonna be all like, "Oh, you can't say that." And I'm like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And they're like, "We're gonna kick you out of Safeway." I'm like, "What, just this Safeway or all of them?" And they're like, "Why don't you just leave already?" And I'm like, "Well, can I take this porno bag with me?" And they're all like, "You brought it in with you." And I'm like, "Alright, shit. Fucking sorry, can I have my pants back?" And they're like, "Take your fucking pants." I'm like, "Ooh, don't go calling the PC police on me." And they're like, "We call the regular police." And I'm like, "Yeah, what's the difference?" And they're like, "The regular police actually exist." My point is, I know exactly how Jesus felt now. That's what I'm saying. Thank you very much. It's quite an adventure we all went on together. I almost passed out there. Jesus Christ. Gotta remember to breathe when I'm doing this thing. Where am I right now? I had another true story that happened to me. Any of you guys ever been a pedestrian before? Right, if you haven't been a pedestrian, it's when you're walking Okay, so I was being a pedestrian. I do that fairly often. I can't afford a car or a bus fare, and if you've ever been a pedestrian before for any amount of time, then you'll have experienced what I experienced, and it's called douchebags yelling at you from their car as they drive by. It happens all the time, and I have it happen to me all the time, so I've heard like all of them, but these particular douchebags a couple nights ago said something I'd never heard before, because usually it's something that makes sense, you know, like, ah, you look like Michael Moore, fuck you! And, yeah, okay. It's par for the course. But these guys just really out of nowhere. And so here's the story. I'm walking by Green Lake. It's close to where I live. It's like midnight on a Tuesday. I'm walking home from work, and these two douchebags drive by in an SUV. One douchebag driving, the other douchebag leaning out of the window doing the yelling. And so they pulled up, slowed down a little bit, very courteous, and he pulled up, and he goes, I will never forget what he said for the rest of my life. He goes, hey, what do you got, a dick in your ass? I go, oh, what? What are you talking about? I'm walking, it's like midnight on a Tuesday. I have pants on, for Christ's sake. What are the chances you're walking along Green Lake midnight on a Tuesday with a magical disembodied penis in your butt? It's like 1 in 20. It's a really good guess, is all I'm saying. Yeah. So, the holiday seasons are coming up, and for me, the holiday seasons means the Charlie Brown holiday specials. You guys know what I'm talking about? You better know what I'm fucking talking about. It's Charlie Brown, for Christ's sake. But anyways, there's like 4 or 5 that we're probably all familiar with. You know, like, it's Christmas, Charlie Brown, and it's Halloween, Charlie Brown. Look out behind you, Charlie Brown, or whatever. But they made like 40 of these movies between like 1965 and now. And the one thing, I went on the Internet Movie Database and looked up a bunch of the titles of these Charlie Brown movies. Man, very good. So's the booze. Okay.
Look out behind you, Charlie Brown.
Oh, wow. All right. That was actually something I said. I'm happy. Okay. Anyways, Charlie Brown. And these are way better than that one, by the way. So I looked it up on the Internet Movie Database, and there's like 40 of these ones. And the one thing that I really noticed is that apparently the people who created Charlie Brown or did these cartoons just hate it. They can't stand Charlie Brown because it's always like some real negative thing in the title. Like, you're not elected, Charlie Brown. Why, Charlie Brown, why? Remember that one? Jeez. You're the reason we're getting a divorce, Charlie Brown. You ruined Yom Kippur, Charlie Brown. Fuck you, Charlie Brown. It's called washing your ass crack. You should look into it, Charlie Brown. And of course, the perennial favorite, I can barely feel you inside me, Charlie Brown. You know, every year we'd all gather around the TV and watch You Can Barely Feel You Inside Me, Charlie Brown. So, since I'm reading stuff off paper, who wants to read a list of handjob porno titles that I came up with? Handjob porno titles? Does that sound good? Okay, so they should make more handjob related porno movies, because it's shit that I could relate to. Anyways, so I came up with a bunch of titles in case they make more handjob related porno movies. I'm just gonna fire through them if I can. Phallus and Wonder Hand. The 10 Cum Handments. A Fistful of Ball Hairs. The Hand Over the Penis Quai. For movie buffs. Armageddon. The Jerk. And, of course, the good, the bad, and the jerking the penis up until it reaches orgasm with your hand. Okay. I wanted to leave you with one thing, if I could. You guys are awesome, by the way. I'd ask you to give yourselves a round of applause, but I don't have any time. I want to talk about how bad I am at sex, if I can. Just get this one out of the way. Okay? Can I talk about how bad I am at sex, please? I have this problem. You guys have probably never heard of it before. It's called premature ejaculation. It's exactly what it sounds like it is. Okay. And so I was talking to a friend of mine about this problem that I had, and he actually had some advice. He was like, check it out. Next time you're having that problem, like next time you're having sex, 2012, my friend's an asshole. Next time you're having sex, and you think you're gonna go out of control, just think of the most unsexy things that you can possibly think of. That'll make the urge go away. I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty good idea. So the last time I was having sex, 2004, I put it into motion. And so I was in there having sex, and sure enough, like a minute into it, I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. So I was like okay, my grandma naked, genocide, an old man's sweaty balls just getting shaved by my grandma naked during genocide. And it works really good, but if I ever try it again, I'm going to make sure to say it inside my head. It turns out it's something of a turnoff. Until I find that right lady, that is. Am I right, everybody? Okay, you guys have been fantastic. Have a good evening. Thank you.